Harmony West, president, co-founder of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce, and president of the Georgia Coalition of Black Chambers of Commerce. I am here at the River Valley Black Expo, Health and Wealth Expo. So I am so excited to be here today. I have a host of panelists that I'm going to be asking some questions of. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and we're going to get this conversation started here today. So, Mrs. Hickson, she is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My name is Mercedes Hickson. I am a CPA, a licensed enrolled agent, and I hold a master's degree in taxation. I'm also the president and founder of Imperial Financial Services. Glad to be here today.
Okay, so she gonna get your finances together. Okay?
All the way.
Pay attention. Okay, next up we have Mrs.
Latoya Boynton.
Okay, Latoya Boynton.
Yes. So I am, like I said, Latoya Boynton, and I am a licensed financial advisor. I am the CEO of Sparkle Management Company and also the CFO of the Business Architects.
Okay, so this is gonna get your business together. Pay attention. Now, Mr. Lowe.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Theophilus TJ Lowe. I shorten it up to go by TJ a lot of time.
Okay.
I say Theophilus, right? I'm a licensed life insurance agent with Primerica.
Okay, so Mr. Lowe, the first question is for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Why is life insurance important for entrepreneurs, and what types of policies should they consider to protect both their personal and business interests?
Good question, good question. So for entrepreneurs, one of the policies that you should be focused on is a key man policy, okay? What if the major person, the executive of a major part of your business, if something happens unexpectedly, what will happen to your business? So it's really good to have a key man policy to have the consistency for your business. It'll save you from a lot of financial issues in the time that you're trying to build that business and fill those roles again.
Okay.
Other types of policies you should have for yourself, you should have a personal policy for yourself, and that's to take care of your personal things, but you also have to take care of the business side as well.
Okay, so I don't know what a key man policy is. Can you explain that real quick?
So the key man policy is going to be the key executive, or the person that does most of the things that you depend upon in your business, right? So if anything would happen to that person and he goes down unexpectedly, gets sick, or you can't go to work, your business stops. So this is a way to, for one, you can have funding to deal with those financial issues that could come, or maybe you have to train somebody in position to get your business that way. So you may have to hire somebody, right, to fill that role until that person gets trained up to take the next step up.
Okay, so every business really needs a key man policy.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for that question.
No problem.
Now, Mrs. Hickson, you're gonna get our finances together. I already know. So let's get this together. What are the most common mistakes small business owners make when it comes to managing their business taxes, and how can they avoid it?
That is a very good question. The number one issue I see with small business owners is the lack of planning. Nobody plans when it comes to tax season. So what most business owners do, they operate their business throughout the year, and then they go to their tax professional between January and April, and then that's it. But tax planning is just like a vacation. When you know you're going to Jamaica, when you know you're going to Turks and Caicos, what do? You look at the excursion, you look at restaurants, you're planning throughout the entire year, all the way up into the trip. You're budgeting, you know how much things cost. So that's the same thing that small business owners should do. They should plan throughout the entire year and not just wait until tax season. Because at that point, it's really too late. When they come to me and you are after the close of the tax season, for instance, December 31st closes out the season, it's little to nothing I can do to help you at that point. But if you had come the year before, there are a ton of strategies that I can put in place to keep money in your pocket. So staying on top of it during the year is a key strategy that all business owners need to do.
Okay. So I'm new, and I don't know nothing about planning for my business. Give me some tips on how to create a plan.
Now, first, you need to choose a competent tax professional, like myself, I would like to say. So if you were to come to, absolutely. So if you were to come to me, whether it's at the beginning of the year, mid-year, or end of the year, the first thing I will ask you, what are your numbers? And you will be surprised how many business owners don't even know their numbers. They only know revenue. You look at your point of sale, you look at your Square, you look at your Shopify, you know your revenue. But what is your bottom line? What is your net income? What is your EBIT? And that's earnings before interest and taxes. What are those numbers? We have to look at those numbers first, and then we gouge how much is going to be taxed.
Yes.
And I take that number and say, how much can I put in your pocket before I tell you to go out and buy a car, before I tell you to go out and buy a MacBook, before I tell you to give money to somebody else, give it to yourself first.
Right.
I'm going to put as much as I can in your pocket first and save on taxes before I go give it out to someone else. For instance, a popular strategy is to pay your children things. Now, you know, if you have a dependent under the age of 18, you can pay them and not have to withhold FICA taxes, which is your Medicare, your Social Security. You can pay them, the money stays in your house, and you get a tax benefit. And you'd be surprised how many people or business owners have 4 or 5 kids. That's an easy $50,000 deduction, and the money never even left the house. So incorporate those strategies first, and then decide to go, okay, now it's time to go buy the car. Now it's time to go buy the laptop, the camera, and then you can give it to somebody else, but give it to yourself first.
Yes, yes. Now, where was you at? Because my daughter's 30 now. Right. This is right. Where was you at before then? Right. So, I don't know what happened. You should have been in my life a long time ago. Okay. So, make sure you plan for your business. You heard it. You should have been. Did you pay attention? Because I told you pay attention to Mrs. Hickson, because finance, you see how she looked below. You want to look stress-free, okay? Yeah. Let me go to the next panelist now. Mrs. Boynton. Okay, I want to make sure I say that right.
Thank you.
How does entrepreneurs' personal credit score affect their ability to secure business loans, and what steps can they take to improve their personal credit rating?
So the very first misconception that a lot of entrepreneurs have is that their personal credit is not attached to their business. And that is the big misconception. The very first thing is, in order for me to so I come from also a banking world, so I'm talking both sides as an entrepreneur and also as a former banking VP. When you have that business banking application that's in, one of the first things that we do is look at who you are, because who you are is going to determine your risk factor for your business. So if you mishandle your own personal credit, then what's the likelihood that you, being the sound body and mind of your business, is going to pay back your business obligations? So in order for you to maximize the best part of your business funding, you need to start working on your personal credit. There are a lot of business lending that can happen that does not require your personal credit, but those are more so secure things. As far as, let's say, a vehicle, you can probably go in and get a vehicle that is not attached to your personal credit, which is what you hear a lot of people now. If you go on TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff, they're no PG, so the personal guarantee. So you can do those things, but when you're talking about actual tangible cash, when you're talking about money into your hand, and I need big money, they're going to need a person behind that. And the person behind that needs to have a strong credit profile.
Right.
Not to say that the profile has to be 850, but you need to have a strong credit profile. And we can talk more about what a strong credit profile looks like for business lending, but you definitely want to make sure that your personal credit is intact while trying to operate a business.
Okay.
It also can leverage things as far as like partnerships. So if you're trying to go into a partnership, if you want to have a lot of other business strategies, one of the first things they're going to do is pull your personal credit.
Okay. So you have a lot of knowledge. We got 2 questions for you today. Okay, so we got another question to ask. We're going to follow up just a little bit with the funding. You already talked about the credit, which is the basis of it. So what are some of the most effective funding options? Because we like to get more money. Okay?
Of course.
I'm all about getting the money, okay? Available for startups and small businesses, and what should entrepreneurs keep in mind when securing funds?
So one of the most things that I like to talk to my clients about when it comes to business funding is how to leverage your business. So while we're talking about personal credit, business also has credit as well. So as you're building your personal credit, you should be working on your business credit as well, which they actually go hand in hand. Once you get a certain paydex score, which is your business credit score, once you get that business credit credit score, your lending opportunities are pretty much endless as long as you have a positive business profile. Some of the things that you can qualify for is maybe some of the 0% options, which is what I tell a lot of my businesses to go towards, because while you're building your business, and we all have businesses, so when you're in those building stages, you don't really want to pay a lot of interest because you got to make money. You still need to have this cash flow in business, right? So while I'm making money, I don't want to have a large percentage of my payment to go towards interest. So I always tell them to utilize a 0% credit card. Use that for like your everyday spending. Use that to leverage maybe some capital to pay your employees. So there's different ways and different avenues that you can go about business funding, but one of the most productive ways is always something that's 0%, i.e. like a 0% credit card.
Okay, that was knowledgeable. So now I have a collaborative question for the panel, because all you are very knowledgeable, and we got some more questions for you. So let me get right into this question. How can entrepreneurs balance the demands of managing a business finance, securing life insurance, and operating business funding and maintaining personal credit health simultaneously? So together. I know that was loaded.
It can be done.
Whoever wants to go first, take it.
So before a client actually, I ever consider a client is, the first thing I look at is how are you controlling your own personal assets? Part of controlling your personal assets is having life insurance, because he's absolutely correct. You can build this business and you can get it to 6 figures, but the moment you pass away, all of that money can be taken from you if you don't have it properly structured. One is properly structured, and the second thing is have it insured, life insured.
Right.
So when the person passes away, and we don't want to talk about probate too much up here, but the funds can go into probate. So definitely getting your things in order. I want to say come straight down the line here. But I want to say come start with him, come to me, and then learn how to preserve your money.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I would like to say, to manage all of that collectively, try not to do the DIY process. A lot of people try to utilize TikTok, Instagram Reels, just random Googling to manage their expenses. While there is good information out there, you got to filter through all the garbage first. And they may be telling you certain strategies that you're not ready for.
Right.
If you're just starting out, you maybe have not even made $10,000 yet, but they're telling you to go buy a G-Wagon.
Or be an escort.
Exactly. That's the big one I see all the time. Hire a team, and it looks like you have a team up here.
Exactly.
Hire a professional. Even if you can't deal with like monthly expenses as far as paying professionals, just come in and see them once or twice a year. Stop winging it. Stop the DIY. Tap in with a professional, build a relationship, and watch your business grow. Watch it grow. We'll do it for you.
It only makes sense to go through the people who have already accomplished that part. So why not utilize the knowledge that they've already gained?
Yes, she's absolutely right.
I want to piggyback on what everyone has already said. There's a lot of information on social media, but go to the licensed professional. On social media, you got a lot of influencers, but they're not licensed to do what they're doing. They're giving out things they Google.
Exactly.
Go to the professionals, okay? I'm licensed in 9 states. Talk to somebody that you can trust that has some something behind them instead of just Facebook or TikTok and all this type of stuff. Go to trusted professionals. That's all I got.
And they do speak from just one side. So the majority of the time when you're looking at these YouTube influencers, they only see one side and what works for them. Right. When we talk to a team of professionals, we see different avenues, different journeys. We understand different pathways on how to accomplish the goal.
Right. So really, social media should be used as the basis as what profession I need to go find. Okay?
Exactly.
You hear TikTok? Oh, that sounds interesting. But now let me go find a professional to help me find it.
Yes.
So you guys have all great information. I thank you for being on panel day, but for them to make sure that they get insured, get their credit together, and then get their taxes together. Because this is your whole team right here, like she said earlier. Y'all, River Valley Black Chamber of Commerce hooked y'all up. on this panel, okay?
I agree.
How do they contact you? Because you're going to go to TikTok, you're going to see a little TikTok, and then you're going to be like, oh, I need a tax professional. So this is Henson. How do they get in contact with you?
Yes, absolutely. You can reach me, first of all, through phone, through text, 706-786-6394, or you can email me at support@impfinancialservices.com.
Okay. So you can also reach me. My telephone number is area code 678-491-1885. I do offer free consultations for personal credit and also for business credit and business funding. My business, once again, is Sparkle Management, and you can email me at info@sparklemanagement.net. Excuse me. info@sparklemanagement.net. And you can also reach us at The Business Architects, which is info@thebusinessarchitects.com.
Well, you can reach me, TJ Lowe, Community Life Insurance Agent. My phone number is 706-330-0924. I evaluate your policies if you currently have a policy. I do quotes. We also do financial needs analysis as well.
Sure. Well, thank you to our panel today. What I wanted to tell you guys, if you're not a member of the River Valley Black Chamber of Commerce, make sure that you are. And then the other thing you want to make sure that you do is that if you're unsure of anything you heard today at the Expo, etc., they have a training and grant program coming out next year.
Yes.
You want to be a member so you can get all these things done. And some of these professionals maybe teach us on the classes. So you want to be in those classes and don't miss out. I'm Rodney West, President of Georgia Coalition Black Chamber of Commerce and President Co-founder of Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. And thank you for joining us today.
It's your girl Felicia. It's been an amazing day. The information, I hope you found it useful, helpful. Make sure you follow the River Valley Black Chamber of Commerce on all social media platforms, and we'll see you next time.